Let's turn a page and let's talk about financial management and the importance of good financial management in exchange. And joining us to speak to that is Brian Ritter, VP of Sales at Benaissance. Brian, good morning.
Well, good morning to you guys. How are you doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I think the last time we spoke, it was just about Halloween, and it was getting ready for winter. And my gosh, in Omaha, Nebraska today, it's going to be about 60 degrees, so we're excited.
All right. I'll tell you, we had here in Atlanta, Brian, we had 77 degrees on Monday. Today we've got 37. But
that's great.
It's not going to last. It's going to be up to the mid-60s, by the weekend, so it'll be nice. Well, listen, good to have you on the program. And, again, as we said at the opening of this program to our listeners out there, Brian and his partners at Array Health will be conducting a workshop at Private Exchange Forum coming up March 31st and April 1st in Dallas. And, Brian, give our audience a little background on Benaissance.
Absolutely. So Benaissance, what we do is premium billing and payment collection. We power health plans as well as state-based exchanges in doing the actual billing of the health insurance premiums to the employers or the individuals. We take in those payments from the employers, individuals, process them, and then ultimately remit them back to the insurance carrier. So we're a back office company that has about 20 years of experience in doing premium billing and payment collection.
Yeah. But Brian, let us know what's the benefit of efficient financial management to A, the employer, and B, that employee consumer.
Great question. So as we certainly see the employers, well, let's step back further. The whole continued evolution of consumerism in the employer-employee space, one way it's manifesting is the growth to more options for the employee to consider when they select their health plans. And we're obviously seeing that through the creation and facilitation of the private exchanges. One of the challenges, however, that most employers have faced historically is the reconciliation process of their insurance bill for their premiums from the health insurance company. Invariably, managing that employee census on a bill is always a challenge, and reconciliation is a process or a problem, and sometimes it takes 2 or 3 months to resolve reconciliation issues. Mm-hmm. So as private exchanges take hold with the expanded enrollment options, if we're able to tightly couple the premium billing system with that enrollment platform and offer to the employer a pre-reconciled bill with up-to-the-moment census accuracy, it allows that employer to take all those different products onto one bill, make payment, and there is very little reconciliation post-fact. Candidly, one of the concerns that employers have is in adopting private exchanges, they want to add all that feature-rich options to their employees, but they're scared to death of if I'm having challenges reconciling one bill, how in the heck am I going to have efficiencies in reconciling 4, 5, or 6 bills from different insurance companies? So the benefit is that pre-reconciliation.
Now, Brian, so you're obviously seeing the changes taking place in the market, and now, working with your partner, Array Health, what is that relationship like, and how does working with Array Health make a difference for consumers or employers?
Yeah, and it really just builds upon that comment I just made initially in terms of we're very, very pleased to be working with Array. Array is a leader in the private exchange space, enrollment and eligibility. By tightly coupling the Benaissance premium billing solution to the Array enrollment platform, we're going to be able to offer all those employees great choice in terms of different products that they choose to meet the needs of their family. But we're going to make it so much easier for that employer to do that actually payment of those insurance bills. So we have found great reception in the marketplace by working together. We have a number of opportunities that we're working on jointly, and very excited about what 2015 is going to have for our collaborative basis or project between Array and Benaissance.
Yeah, to kind of look at the market, I know open enrollment, just ended last month for the Affordable Care Act. What did you see as far as open enrollment, and how did it wrap up for you guys there at Benaissance?
Wow, what a year makes in terms of difference. So again, Benaissance does premium billing and payment collection, and as the enrollment opened up in 2013 for the first year of the Affordable Care Act, we clearly are a downstream recipient of all the information that is entered by consumers, captured by the enrollment systems, and then sent to us. Last year clearly was challenges with receiving clean data. This year, oh my gosh, it was like night and day. The data was much, much cleaner, which provided a much better process for that consumer who was getting their bill, and a world of difference. Certainly the other thing we saw too last year, I think because of all the challenges with the enrollment process, we saw the goalpost in terms of when open enrollment was officially closing continue to be pushed further and further and further out, sometimes on a week's notice or less. That created a lot of confusion in the marketplace. So this year, with everything going so much better, the goalpost really didn't move too much, and it provided, again, strong expectations that were actually reinforced with strong execution by all players in that space.
Now, Brian, you talk a lot about how you're working with the private exchanges. Is that the same interaction that you have with the national and regional health plans in the country?
To a certain extent, in both those engagements, either we're working directly with a health plan who is looking at amplifying the capabilities of their premium billing and payment collection, or we're working with a platform provider such as Array to either work with health plans or in some cases to go directly to employers who are seeking those solutions, perhaps from a multi-carrier environment.
Mm-hmm. And so so you guys got your passion in this space. Really, is it one to say that just to simplify the billing for that customer of yours so they have one less headache to kind of look at every day when they come to work?
Well, it dead on, one less headache. But where we are real excited is we see our direct role in the whole evolution of this consumerism. So as even though we're on that premium billing and payment collection, if we can help in our own small way that consumer have a better selection process on the front end of their healthcare experience, it's just going to so easily complement the other cool things that are happening for them as a consumer as they do the selections and comparative alternatives when they actually get medical services. So we're seeing that, hey, you know what, we may play a small niche role, but it really, really is making a difference for millions of families across the U.S.
Brian, what's the biggest hurdle in getting the message out and across the marketplace on the importance of this?
Well, I think what we're having as the paradigm to break is that historically the insurance carriers have often had to bill through employers to ultimately to the customers. So as those health plans really start focusing on what I call the race to the consumer, it's educating them that the processes they may be most familiar with may not be a great alternative for them. Let me give you an example. The simple bank lockbox. Now, I'm a recovering banker of 20 years. And in my first 20 years of my career, I focus exclusively on the payment side, lockbox, ACH, credit card, debit card payments. Banks do a wonderful job of bringing high-speed, high-efficiency, low-cost solutions to those that need to process payments. But those systems were never built to support health insurance with health insurance in mind. And so we have built over 20 years at Benaissance some tremendous processes that give strong value. Let me illustrate two quick examples. The first one is your traditional lockbox is going to take in a payment and it's going to cash that payment regardless of is that payment timely or not. Well, with health plans, they often want to know whether or not that payment is timely. They may choose not to accept that payment if it's not timely. Think of a highly compliant organization that is following the Affordable Care Act, such as very, very federally given rules on the acceptance of payment. Well, with the Benaissance solution, we can stop that payment, fully interrogate it, and give feedback to the health plan prior to ever cashing it. So the consumer doesn't see that their check has been cashed and assume they have insurance. No, we actually work with the health insurance company if it's late, and then we can actually cash the check. So a huge impact there. The second thing is, and here's where our history of doing this for 20 years comes into effect, so many payments are still made by paper. 60% of all payments we receive today still come in by paper. It's shocking to many people. And you know what?
Yeah, Brian, it's interesting, just not to interject there, but I was in a discussion yesterday talking about one of the blues, it'll go unnamed, but just how archaic their system was, to your point.
Yeah. Again, I come from banking. Yeah, it's highly. So we do just a number of things that can help these insurance companies not only have a better experience internally as they go through what typically would be exception items, but also really at the end of the day, it's all about the member who knows that their payment has been received, their insurance is in force, and they don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, do they have my payment because I have a claim I need to get serviced.
Yeah, so you're helping that employer first, deal with more simplified billing and better financial management, and then you're helping their employee consumers with the same. Really.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Well, Brian, listen, it's been great having you on the program, and I want to, again, remind our audience that you and your partner, Ray, will be conducting a workshop at Private Exchange Forum called Optimizing Employee and Employer Needs in a Private Exchange from Enrollment to Billing. And any of our listeners, hope you're going to join us there at Private Exchange Forum. Brian will also have a booth there, booth 114. You can visit him. And Brian, if you would, leave our audience with a couple takeaways.
Well, I think there's a couple takeaways is, one, as we continue to evolve for a more consumer-centric experience in healthcare, premium billing can be a key component of that. We can help employers, we can help insurance companies, and we can help them reinforce through things such as pre-reconciled, multi-carrier consolidated billing, the stickiness of that relationship each and every month that they communicate with employers or their members. Doug, we sure appreciate having the opportunity to visit with you again on the program, and we look so forward much to seeing you in Dallas. Our presentation, you said, is April 1st, so I guarantee we will not be fools on that platform, but we look forward to having that conversation.
Thanks, Brian, so much. Listen, enjoy your weekend in Omaha, and we will see you soon. Say hi to John and Mark for me, please.
Will do. Take care, guys.